We are really, really grateful that you stepped in as a sponsor and you helped, you really were able to help turn around this entire thing. I think that entire credit goes to you. जिस तरह से आपने साथ दिया Veva Art, and I know that you've been associated with them for a very long time. So thank you, Mr. Nishit, for being here. The very first question: you've been associated with Veva Art for close to a decade. How has the journey been so far? And what is it that has been so exciting about this journey?
Okay, thank you, Subhash. Thank you for inviting. You're right. I've been associated with Veva Art for almost a decade now. The journey has been really fulfilling. The way they have nurtured new artists, showcase their creativity,
Yeah.
not just of the masters, but also the budding artists. I think that is something that is inspiring. And personally, I really get inspired when someone like Malvika and Jehan are able to do this year after year and do it so well. So it's a very inspiring journey to me.
That was my very next question, like from curating shows of masters and renowned artists and known artists, from the, domestically or known domestically in the region or, countrywide, to coming up with something like this where you're actually promoting such young talent, I would say even raw talent at places. What inspired you to take part in this initiative? Because, when masters are around and people of that stature are around, you're very sure of what you're doing. But to promote young talent, and some of the art is absolutely spectacular over here. You would have seen that. So, what inspired you? Because बहुत से लोग वहाँ पे रुक सकते हैं कि I think it's about mass media, but no, the new people. What would you like to say regarding that?
First of all, art was about creativity, right? And it knows no language, no age bar. So creativity, you could have young artists with magnificent creativity. And it also aligns with our philosophy at IndusInd of nurturing talent, young talent, grooming them, making sure that we deliver value to our customers.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of similarity in values that I see, and that's the reason we got associated with sponsoring this event as well, where we want to nurture talent, we want to promote creativity in the spirit of innovation. So these are some things, values that we hold very near.
Yeah. So if viewers want to know, how does this statement of Mr. Nishit validate in itself that the values are very similar? How can a bank's value system be the same as that of an art curator or promoting organization that is coming up with new talent? So I'll put it in very simple words. The small SMEs that the banks help with, loan and investment and help them grow. I think it is in that, very fair or in that, calibrated to that level, it is equally important to invest in upcoming artists. I thought, if somebody is wondering ki bank ki values kaise se hote, I think I would relate it this way. Is that where it comes from?
Let me just add to that. If you look at our brand for affluent banking that we have promoted, Pioneer. So we have been pioneers in lot of innovation in the retail banking space, whether it is my account, my number. So you can choose your account number, make your mobile number.
Yes, I've heard of that, yeah.
Or you could choose the currency notes from the ATM, whatever denomination you want. So we were the first to bring that. The latest one being a payware. So your ring acts as a debit card. So you go to a shop, you buy something, and instead of pulling out a debit card, you just use the ring which you are wearing to pay.
Wow.
Right? It's connected to your account. So these are things that we have innovated. And let me just add one more thing. Indus Bank is built on the civilization, it's built on the people of Indus Valley civilization, where way back thousands of years ago, that civilization fostered innovation.
Absolutely. It taught us how to build, how to live. It gave us a peek into the history. और हमें पता लगा कि हम लोग कितने advanced हैं. I always believe, whatever we know of history is because of the art that is there around the world. It could be 150 years old, it could be 1,000 years old, it could be Stone Age art, but then that is what teaches us everything. उसकी वजह से हमें पता लगा. And definitely now I understand IndusInd Bank, and I'll definitely remember that story for sure. So as a brand, what would you say to the industry that you come from with regard to being a part of such treasure events?
I think we as an industry need to foster innovation. We need to give platforms like this to young upcoming artists, and not just in the world of painting, but across the board. So we need to nurture young talent. We need to give them opportunity, a space where they can express themselves. And I think with technology being where it is today, I mean, there is no dearth of opportunities. We just need sponsors to come together and provide that platform.
Right. So someone, whom I really look up to, he said that, Sudarshan, just keep digging at one place. Even if you are not able to achieve, people will come to you and ask you, how is it that you're consistent at digging at one place? And that itself is a great achievement. So I think that's what you're trying to say. That,
Absolutely.
चलते रहेंगे तो फर्क पड़ेगा.
And the other flip side of this is if you dig 10 feet at 20 places,
Yeah.
you get muddy water. But if you dig 200 feet at one place, you get oil or something of it.
Yeah. You like diamond, like I said, the rarest of the rare diamonds are in the deepest core of the earth, and you have to dig deep to get that. तो वो एक जगह करते, it's like, एक घर में रहो, खूब खाओ, हाथी बन के निकलो. It's like that. So I remember, but this is something that my teacher used to say, and it really inspired me a lot. So another two questions. What do you think is the most amazing quality that Malvika and Jehan have? There must be something, because you're sticking around with them for 10 years.
Yeah, Malvika and Jehan I know for 20 years now. Right?
I need to get my information right.
Yeah, I've been associated with Veva for 10 years, but with both of them for over 2 decades now. And I find the passion that they bring, the sincerity with which they work, the ability to execute. I mean, these are some things that stand them apart, and I feel, I feel very proud of associating myself with the kind of work that they do. So my best wishes to them to take this to even greater heights.
Thank you so much. One last question. So wonderful to see corporates stepping in and leading the way, because I've never come across something like this in the past. It has happened very rarely, and leading the way for those who wish to create a name for themselves. Being a name yourself, what would you like to say to these artists, and what is the one thing that you really like about them? One word for these artists, because I think your words will inspire them the moment you say something.
So I think bravery is the word that comes to my mind, that they have been brave to put out their emotions, put out their feelings out in the public domain. And my not advice but request to them would be continue on this path of greatness.
Thank you so much. And that was Mr. Nishit with us from IndusInd Bank. We've had a great interaction, and it is so amazing to see, such corporates stepping in and leading the way. Like we had a discussion, and what he said, the one thing that we need to really learn about is that we keep doing it. हम करते रहेंगे तो कुछ ना कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा आगे जाके. And that is what he said. And the kind of initiatives that they have in IndusInd Bank, like having your own account number, your own mobile number, both being the same, and then the value system and how they got the tax, because it is about that niche, that ethos. Now, how do you help an individual of the nation, a citizen of the country? This Sarasha, they have been doing it, for millions of their, patrons, I call them. I never call it customers because I hate that word. I always call it patrons or believers or your friends. I think that is what we all are to each other. Unki jaise madad ho rahi hai. So this is their investment in these artists, so that these artists can invest their time without bothering about anything and just staying on the vision, to create masterpieces. And thank you so much on the sets of the Great Indian Brand Show again, from the sets of Veva Art, at the Park Hotel, the proud sponsor IndusInd, and we have Nishit Jain over here. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for that.
Lovely interacting with you.
Lovely.